Okay, so yesterday when I called the cops and they came out here, they lied to me. I said, so where can I make my written statement? And she says to me, oh, we don't do written statements anymore. Now everything's on video cam. And she points to her video cam as I'm like going off about the cheetah, and I'm going off about the break-ins, and I'm going off about the neighbors breaking in, and I'm going off about my daughter's kidnapping, and them coming in and spraying that shit all over my house. And you know, I mean, I can't even go to the dollar store for 5 minutes. Okay, get this one. I'm in the house cleaning, right? Because I moved all the patio furniture and all that stuff. I hear psst, psst. The back door neighbor came over because it started raining, right? So all the poison was like off of the patio furniture. She comes over while I'm home, okay, and sprayed the back of the patio. I was like, I cannot believe this. And I cannot believe that the cops are covering for everything, okay? Not allowing me to make a written statement, totally lying to me, thinking that I'm some kind of chump stupid. Okay, so the cops cover for the feds, the state attorneys cover for the cops, okay? They all cover for each other. You know, I gotta tell you something. To serve and protect is what the cops' oath is, right? That is the biggest bunch of bullshit that I ever heard in my life, okay? You know what it is for the cops to serve themselves and make the most money that they can and hide for the people in power, okay? And get the little guy, okay? That's the cop's job, all right? So this morning, I go outside, right? And I see this plumbing guy over here, okay? You see that Fox Plumbing, 737-6163. And then I see this other guy, and he's like strolling his baby, right? And so I went right out to him, and I'm like, hey, what's your name? And he's like, my name's Sean. I'm like, hey, Sean, how you doing? I'm Liz. And then this guy over here, his name's Paul, right? Yeah, right. Anyways, so I said, and he's like, has this baby. And I said, well, where do you live? You know, thinking he's going to say like 3 doors down or whatever. He's like, I live in the neighborhood across the way. And I said, you live in the neighborhood across the way? I said, well, what are you doing in this neighborhood? He's like, I just like it over here. And I looked at him, I said, oh yeah? And so the 2 dudes are standing here, right? I said, have you noticed anyone breaking into my house? And I mean, they ran away. Okay, they ran away. He like pretended to look shocked and just took off running with the baby in the stroller and his like brand new brown shoes. Okay, I mean, I was like, whatever. You know what? I gotta tell you something. Mankind has really gone down the tubes. Okay, it's just it's a crying shame, because anybody that had a lick of morals, okay, or a lick of conscience, would not be pulling this kind of stuff. To come in and knowingly spray facially disfiguring crap all over my house. You know what I mean? I came home yesterday, I smelled this bug spray. They put it down the drain, okay? They like to put it in the garbage cans, okay? Anything that like has like a bunch of like paper towel soft surfaces so that so the fumes can just go everywhere. And I mean, they've had like countless people breaking into my house. So, you know, is there one person alive in this world that isn't capable of these heinous acts? You know? Okay, so there's my neighbor. Hey, how are you? Morning. Yeah, so every morning I have like all these neighbors, like constantly. I have the surveillance neighbors, right? And they're constantly like walking outside of my door, okay? I mean, especially when I do laundry. Yesterday, I like deliberately left out my pillows in the front of the garage. Okay, I got her. She was so freaked out when I popped out of the back because I was like hiding around the corner, like baiting them. There's that guy Paul. Do you see him? Yeah, there's that guy Paul. So anyway, so I popped out, and this girl Z45. ALN, she was so freaked out that she just sat in her car, and it's like pouring raining. And I mean, first of all, she tried to reverse and pretend like she didn't live there. And so I just sat there, and I was just like had my hands on my hips or whatever. And I mean, a good 6 minutes, she would not get out of her car. I should have gotten it on video. And then finally she gets out of her car, and I'm like, hey, have you seen anyone breaking into my house? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then this guy over here, number 23, you see this house right here? Okay, so I see him peeking out of his like back curtains right there, okay? Because I deliberately put the garage door open and you know, like baited it, you know what I mean? I see him peer out the curtains, right, to see if he can see me. And I pointed my finger at him and I said, you know what? I said, you ever come into my house again, I said, I'm gonna have you arrested. These guys over here are involved. Okay, I asked them, I said, have you seen anyone break into my house? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, right. And then these guys over here are involved because I can tell whenever I get laundry going on, they like, you know, get real like excitable. So I'm gonna show you all the people that come walking up and down my house constantly, okay, and in the back, okay? I mean, this is why they moved me in to a federal housing dwelling so that all of my neighbors would be on like neighborhood watch, okay? And they could do whatever, you know what I mean? Like that's how they do it. Stay tuned.